Stashko, our chip player on the button. That's what the D indicates on his graphic. He's sitting in the dealer position with a raise to 1.1 million. And you see at the top of the screen the current chip counts of the players. We will keep you up to date throughout this championship table. Giannetti folded his small blind. Now Pinar in the big blind. Needs 600,000 to call.
Stashko's range is wide open. I mean, earlier in this tournament, leading up to this final table, we saw him do this with Queen 6 offsuit. You know, he understands that when it's folded to him on the button, given that he's got a big stack, he has to open a lot of pots for a raise here to try and pick up the blinds and the antes. I mean, you know, I have no idea what he has. He could have any two cards right now.
Unara now sitting like he seems to have something. We saw this near the end of play on day 8. He folded queens with a 10-handed play at one point because of so much action before him, and he felt it was worth it. He might have won the hand, but
it was a risk not worth taking for him. Had he played that hand and won that hand, Giannetti would have been out, and he would have had a monster chip stack.
But he was playing to make the November 9. That was his first goal.
Right. And there's a lot of value in it.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
He's a superstar back in his country at the least, right?
He calls for 600,000 more, and they both see ace, 10, queen.
Stashko checks behind. His range is pretty wide. I mean, he could easily have a pair of 10s, pair of queens, doesn't want to bet and get raised. I think that if he had stone cold errors, such as a hand like 5-6 or something like that, he would have certainly stabbed at the pot.
Unara checks.
So I think that Stashko flops some sort of a one-pair hand, but not the ace, or maybe ace rag, and check behind just to see what happens on the turn.
Stashko puts out a bet. Stashko with $1.3 million into the pot.
Unara is not going to call.
He's not comfortable, is he?
He just looks weak. The best he could have here, I think, is maybe a pair of 10s. Maybe he had a pair of 8s on the turn.
What are you seeing that's weak? Was he kind of settling himself into the chair? Or?
You know, I wish I could be specific. You just kind of look at someone and you just kind of try and get in their soul. I don't know how to explain it, man. He just doesn't look very happy about his hand. That I know for sure. And when he turns over the King Jack, I'm giving him a poker face.
I would give him a straight, but he does fold, and you are correct. And there is an ace for Stashko. He flopped top pair. Unara turned a pair of 8s, and